Good morning, this is Jennifer from This Mama's Getting Fit, and I hope you are having an awesome week. As you probably just watched my week 4 check-in, this will be a double bonus day because you'll get week 4 and week 5 check-in on the same day, yes. And as you probably could tell from the content of the previous video on week 4, you'll know why, because I have had a fairly stressful week. And this week's been better, but I just kind of took a step back to take a deep breath. All right, so without any further stalling, let's get into the video and we'll talk about the normal stuff we always talk about, the lows, the highs, my weight, and my plans for next week. Okay, so let's start with the lows, because I always like to get the bad stuff done first. I have no personal lows to talk about this week, thank goodness. But there is one food item that I would like to discuss that I had that I did not enjoy. I was looking really forward to it, and it wasn't fit for my personal taste. So there was a baked banana oatmeal that I got, and it was like in this little tray, and it looked like an oatmeal bar kind of thing. It was to me dry. And just it just did not have a good flavor, but mostly it was dry. So I would not suggest ordering that one. The highlights, I have 2 actually. One is a Nutrisystem thing, and then one is something that I changed up. So they have a shrimp and chicken stir fry. When I get shrimp in a prepared meal, I normally am not a fan, but that shrimp and chicken stir fry is so good. And I didn't even doctor it up. I'm the doctoring up queen, and I did nothing to it, didn't add any kind of vegetables, didn't add any rice. Now someone on my Instagram, thank you for the suggestion, said she added quinoa, I think, or some sort of grain, and then a bunch of stir-fry vegetables. That would have been good. It would have stretched it out, made me more full. But to be honest, I was satiated with just what Nutrisystem gave me. And of course I had my added vegetables with dinner, because I always do. But it was so good. So I would definitely suggest giving that one a try if you are a shrimp lover. The other thing that I did personally, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I have what I call my morning hash every morning. And it's basically a ton of vegetables stir-fried in cooking spray. And then I add 1 egg. Sometimes I poach it, sometimes I fry it, sometimes I scramble it. It just depends on my mood. And this week I decided to add fresh pico de gallo. And that just kind of elevated it, made it a little spicy because I like my spice, and it was so good. So I'm definitely gonna go to the store and get another batch of pico de gallo to go with my meals next week. It just gives it a really good bump of flavor without any work. So I would suggest that if you like a spicy, flavorful morning breakfast, or actually any meal. You could add it to anything almost. And then the other high I want to talk about is my attitude. I feel like this week was better. It did help that nothing major happened this week, so that was good. But I just feel like I've had my moments of stress, don't get me wrong. I think that's normal, but I was not stressed all the time where my stomach was in knots. I mean, I literally felt ill the other week from stress. So this week has been a million times better. It also didn't hurt that the sun came out yesterday. I tell you what, I didn't realize how affected I am by not seeing the sun. And yesterday when the sun came out, and it's actually coming out right now, I feel a new energy. I feel it's just amazing. So wow, who knew I, who loves the rain normally, would be so affected by a sunny day. So it's been amazing. I have also been a lot more positive about my food. My coworker pointed out that perhaps my body isn't responding because I'm pretty negative sometimes about the fact that I'm not on keto right now and I'm doing something else. And she's absolutely right. I need to change my attitude, and I've been working on that this week, and I think that I have gotten a lot better. And I'm looking for the positive in what I'm doing. And the other positive is I did not weigh daily. I cannot tell you guys that I didn't weigh more than today for the whole week. but I did not weigh daily. I think I weighed one other time during the week, and it was because I was doing a diet bet and I actually had to weigh. I actually weighed two other times because I weighed the night before like an idiot, and then I weighed the morning that of my deadline for doing diet bet, and I lost, by the way. And I don't care. I'm actually not going to do diet bet again. I don't like having such a time stipulation on my weight loss. I just want to do this at the speed my body decides to do it. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's another conversation. I'm rambling, but I did do better on not weighing all the time. Speaking of weight, let's go ahead and get into what I weigh. I actually took a picture again today of my weigh-in, so I will insert that right here. So last week when I weighed in at 204.8, and as you just saw this morning when I weighed in, I was 203.9, which is a 0.9 pound weight loss. And that's just about 1 pound. I'm calling it 1 pound, and that's good. So since it's not really my week, I mean, it's not my week 4 check-in, it's my week 5, but I spent a lot of time talking about my problems last week. I wanted this one to be way positive, so let's just kind of take a look back. So since starting Nutrisystem, I've lost 12.1 pounds, which is great. 5 weeks in, 12.1, that's awesome. Since the beginning of the year, when I did kind of get my eating under control and started losing weight, I have lost 26.1 pounds. So I'm super, super, super proud of myself. Woohoo! Now, I measured this morning, because I promised you I'd do that, and I did. So I'll just kind of go through. I have it written down because there's no way my brain could remember all these. So you'll see me looking down, and it's because I'm looking at my notes. So what did I measure? I measured my chest. I measured my left arm, my right arm, my waist, my hips, my left thigh, and my right thigh. I am comparing these measurements to some measurements that I took on February 11th of this year. So since February 11th to this morning, so that's about 2 months, I have lost 2.25 inches in my chest. I've lost 1 inch in my left arm and 1 inch in my right arm. And I've lost 2 inches in my waist, 2 inches in my hips, 1 inch on my left thigh, and 1 1/4 inches on my right thigh. So that is a total of 10.5 inches that I have lost in 2 months. Boy, isn't that telling? So I feel like that's way more impressive than weight, because that's actual body composition changes. It's not just water coming out. It is my body shape has morphed and changed for the better. So that's super exciting. So if you are not measuring and you're doing your diet weight loss plan, I don't care if you're halfway through, start measuring immediately, because that is, to me, way more valuable information than the number on the scale. Absolutely. And if you didn't measure, just think about the clothes you used to wear and what you wear now. And that also is amazing. So plans for next week. I'm gonna keep doing everything I do every week. I'm gonna keep on the diet. I'm gonna keep going to the gym. I will tell you, I didn't make it to the gym one time this week. Not once. This is confession time. I didn't do it. I wanna do it. Something stopped me from doing it. So I've got to get back to the gym. The other thing that I have been lacking on this week was a struggle, and a little bit last week as well, is my water intake. I kind of let that slide. So I definitely am getting like 6 glasses of water, 5 to 6. I should be getting 8 to 10, and so I need to really focus on that starting now. And the final thing that I am going to focus on has nothing to do with weight loss at all. It has to do with my life and satisfaction. I really need to work on my cleaning routine. I used to have a great cleaning routine. I was really good about doing it, keeping up with it, and I just let it slide because with my new job and my new responsibilities of working 7 days a week, it just wasn't doable. So I went back to the drawing board on Tuesday, and I totally revamped my cleaning schedule and made it more doable. And so we will see if I can keep it up. But I found once I started doing this, although it's exhausting and I don't like doing it, I'm not one of those people that enjoys cleaning their house, I felt like my attitude changed. I don't know, it just uplifted me in a way where having the house clean really does affect my attitude. So those are the things that I'm gonna focus on this week. And I just hope you guys have an awesome week. I'm gonna step back so you guys can kind of see my body, because I kind of feel like you only see right here. So I'm gonna step back so you can kind of see progress of where I am physically before I close out this video. Okay, here we go. That was kind of for me too, because as my journey continues, I would love to have something to compare, full body to. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I have, let's see, 3 more weeks on Nutrisystem, I believe, if I counted correctly. And then I'll be transitioning back to keto and hoping that my body does cooperate with that. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you might want to do that, because I'm way more faithful about doing like Insta stories and different stuff like that. I am constantly posting there. I also have my Facebook page that's just literally a group of people that I kind of keep up to date on what's going on, and I am also way more faithful about posting on there. So if you're interested in really following me closely, I would suggest hooking up with me there. I'll put all that information down in the info box below. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you hopefully next week. Don't want to promise. See ya.